This is League 11 Match 2. Welcome back. We are lucky enough to be on the play here. And we have no colored mana, no acceleration, but we do have Steel Overseer with lots of little dudes and Ink Moth. So I'm going to keep it. And if we get some more mana sources, we have an Edge Champion, which will be pretty nice. Granted, there is, of course, always the possibility of the turn 1 Thoughtseize or the... How does this deck line up against our Nemesis? And I say our Nemesis because I have played against it the most number of times I've played against another deck. And, I just always seem to have a tough time with it. I'm going to swing in, because I'm pretty sure it is free to do so. Because they're probably not going to block. I feel okay right now. If they don't have a spell for Steel Overseer, then next turn we can get down Champ and start getting counters on him, which will hopefully help. The biggest help, I think, would be get a colored mana source so we can actually cast this Galvanic Blast. Okay. I'm pretty sure my opponent did not mean to do that. That is pretty hilarious. That was a shame scoop if I've ever seen one. Alright, I'm going to go down 2 Galvanic Blasts. I'm going to go... Oh, we've got the Thoughtseizes. We've got the Blood Moon to hopefully lock them out if we can get it out fast enough. We have the Thoughtseizes to take care of Spider Umbra if necessary. And we have the Whip Flares to hit their creatures early on because we can't target them. I'm usually tempted to keep in 1 blast to deal with the wizard that gets buffed, which I should look up his name at some point. They usually have Path, which means Welding Jar isn't so good, so I'm going to take that out. We usually can't race them, so that kind of diminishes the use of Volt Scourge. And while Etched Champion blocks pretty well, he's not very big, and we're usually trying to race. So I'm going to take out 1 and go like that. If this doesn't go well, then I switch it up and I think take out the Masters and put in the Etcheds. The Champions. Much easier to say. Okay. We're again in a scenario where we don't have any ramp. But this seems to be an okay hand. Okay enough. That's probably... Yep. Yep. You know, I really wonder what caused them to... Ooh, okay, so we're going to have a turn 2 Whip Flare, which will be pretty awesome. I'm going to go ahead and hit with... Well, let's see, next turn we're not casting anything except the Whip Flare, I think, which might, in fact, be too slow. So I think it's better to get in with the Scourge to start gaining some life to get that little bit of edge. If we could properly register my clicks, that would be great. Moto, thank you. What was I saying? If the Boggle gets any sort of Umbra on it, I think those usually make it come back, right? Okay, that's fine. As long as it's not something that buffs his toughness. Oh no, it buffed his toughness. Now this whip flare's useless. Well, now we're kind of in dire straits. I am tempted to start boarding in Wear Tear. Hello, Master of Ethereum. You are a bit too slow. Bit behind. We also don't have mana for you, which sucks. Keeping the Spire Industry up in case the Galvanic Blast is useful at all. Probably not blocking with the Memnite since it just dies. That ethereal armor though. Not good news for us. It could have been anything else. Wood Flare might be better on the play rather than on the draw. Might have to adjust that. Only put in one on the... but I guess there's also a point at which it doesn't matter. If I'm only putting in one, is that influential enough? Ugh, Daybreak. Well, I guess that kind of makes up for their flub. Do I even have a way out of this? I can't race them anymore. Even if we get... Yeah, even getting that, it's not big enough. Because it'll be a, what, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to gain 2, 3 life up to 8. And then I would be jumping with Master of Ethereum. Like, super jumping, because Master would just die, flat out. 3 lifelink. Puts us up to 8. I'd have to jump with Master. He's probably just going to grow more. He gets what? Vigilance, lifelink, first strike, double first strike. Yeah, we're dead. That was painful. I think we're probably still okay on this, though. I just need a faster starting hand. That'll do. If we get a land, it's pretty sweet. It's a turn 1 Ravager. No answers, though, which is sad. I'd almost prefer this Ravager to be... an Overseer. Yeah, this would be excellent if we get a land next turn. No guarantees of that, obviously. If we don't get a land next turn, play the plating and then what? Oh, okay. Well, we got a land, so... But we could still... We still play the plating... and swing for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is not quite a 3-turn clock, but champion can block. So it's either I'm playing the champ, having it on defense. Yeah, it's probably better to have some form of defense, and then I can go offense next turn. Get in for that extra 1. then next turn that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, not quite half. Could be 9 if I activate Nexus. Oh no, sorry. I will need all of my current mana to play and equip, so it would not be that. +1/+1 for strike. Okay. And then you got a hexproof dude. Sweet. If we could top deck Whip Flare, that would be money. Not money. Galvanic Blast, though. Good for finishing things off. So I think we're going to keep Champ back. So we get in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 to 10. Yeah, dead next turn. Yeah, I think that's fine. And I have more in the way of blocks if I need it. Not going to attack with Ravager. If I attack with Champion, it becomes 9 damage, puts them to 8. Does that make a difference? If they get lifelink, it does. If not, it does not. I think I'd rather the extra block. Because unless something goes horribly wrong, I still have them dead next turn. Alright, cool. Well, from an starting with a fast butt kicking to a pretty fast back and forth, I guess that was really. Either way, 1-1. Okay, start. I'll see you in the next one.